What up, guys? What up, guys? What's up? What's up? Where the hell are my punders over here, boys? Oh man, everything is going good over here. What up, Docs? Hello, Mr. Doxy. How are you? Got a little trying something different today on air. Ooh, what's going on? Off, off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Or la 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 la. Sorry, guys. Still in the middle of. Sorry, Docs. Yeah, no sound right now because of while I was at the what do you call this thing? The museum. They had a soundtrack running in the background, so I don't put sound because of copyright music crap. But I think we will be. You will have sound in a second. Yeah, we got sound. We got sound.
Thank you for watching Producer Mark's YouTube channel coming to you live from Chicago. We want to welcome you to our morning talk show where our viewers can come and hang out or jump on the live stream and be part of the show. We cover a wide range of topics and no two shows are alike. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel, smash the like button and share our videos.
Hi guys, this is Luke Lally from Duke's Drive-In Mokina, out here on 199th and LaGrange Road in Mokina. We've been open for about a year and a half now, and it's been a great wild ride. How did we get here? So Duke's opened up on Harlem, 82nd, in 1975 with Duke Ziegler. And then the restaurant got passed down to his daughter Susie and their husband Bill. those two, best of friends with my family. So much so that Bill Humphrey is my Uncle Bill. We do snowmobile trips together. He's always been around. Him and my dad, thick as thieves. When I found out the space was coming available in this gas and wash, I called him up and I told him, hey, Dad, we're here already with the bagel store. We got to do something with the space. He just happened to be fishing with Bill that weekend, and he turns right over to Bill and he says, hey, should we open up Duke's? And he said, hey, why not? Let's try it. Pitched the idea to gas and wash, and it was a hit. So, we opened up, and if any of you guys were around to see the opening last year, the whole first month was absolutely insane. It was everything and more that we thought it would be. All the old customers came back, the cars, the cruise nights. It was wild. Bill told me just every day, he says, just be ready, they're coming. Just be ready, they're coming. And everybody came, and the food's exactly the same, and we got all great reviews. We worked through a few kinks, and now we're a well-oiled machine here. If you've never seen one of our cruise nights on Fridays and Saturdays in the summer, you have to come out. Every Friday where the weather's great, the lot's packed, there's just unbelievable craftsmanship and cars and the people back there behind the cars. And, it's just such a cool little community back there. And there's been so many people that have met friends, and I've met friends that I talk to almost every day. And, you look forward to seeing everybody every Friday and Saturday. And beyond that, the food's excellent. We've got I think, the best beef on the south side of Chicago. We've got awards from it. Last year, we won the Reader's Choice from Lincoln Way, best beef in the area. And we've only been open for 6 months. So that was great accomplishment, and very proud of that. And we're very proud of all the food on our menu. Everyone always asks me, what's good? What's good? I know I mean this when I say that, everything. It just depends on what you want. What's your face for the day? You want a beef today, or do you want one of our great charbroiled burgers, or the breaded steak, or the Italian sausage from Russo? Our Italian sausage is second to none. If you haven't tried that yet, man, the spice on it is just delicious mixed with our gravy. But we do a great catering business too. Christmas, I know everyone's coming up. Get your Christmas beef orders, all sorts of things. We do pasta dishes, beef by the pound,
so, brother,
peppers, hot food,
hey.
food to eat at home.
Hallelujah, you were there. You were there. And let me just finish this
we're
off.
having a lot of great events over the summer. We do multiple fundraisers.
Ricardo
We
Montalvo,
always try to
are
get
you
back to the
waiting for
community.
more people to join?
And
I don't know.
Trick or
Brother,
Trunk
do you
is
want
one
to
of our
join?
biggest of the year. I know Mark's got a lot of
Please
videos
introduce
with Wicked Car
yourself.
magazines, always here shooting.
And,
So if you ever want to get your
we
car
can do something about it.
publicized,
There we go. There we go. We are here. Hey, bro, how you doing? Oh my God, what a day last
How's it going today?
Well, last night my garage door hinge broke.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Well,
called.
when you say hinge, you got a roll-up door. You mean one of the pins and one of the panels broke?
It was a fucking hinge. It was a hinge, a garage door hinge. Number one, they said. I didn't even know what it was. So I called this little garage store right near my house. And I said, "Hi there, Mike." It was already 5:30 in the evening. I said, "Hey, listen, I got a garage door. The hinge broke." He goes, "Oh, well, where's the hinge?" I said, "Well, it's the one from the bottom up. It's the number
The one from the bottom up. What the heck? You sound like tenants of mine.
Yeah. Well, hold on, bro. Let me
From the
finish.
bottom up.
Wait.
Tell me.
Ricardo, hold on. Ricardo Montalvo saying only 3 watching. Brother, sometimes we only have one person. We're here for fun. We're not here to, gather a whole tribe of people. If they come, they come. They don't, they don't. Anyway, so, the one from up. You have the bottom and the first one, the one above that.
All right, you have separate panels that make up the door because they're
hold on. Let me just show it to you.
Yeah.
Hinge, one garage,
You're actually looking up hinge garage, one up,
garage door. Yeah, that's how I looked it up last night.
one up. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, sure, I believe you.
No. Hey, listen, I called this guy, right? I called what do you call these this garage
Home
door?
Depot, Lowe's.
No. Listen, bro. Home Depot and Lowe's was something that was That was a third or fourth step. But anyway, can I tell you my story? Can I tell you what the fuck happened here?
Evidently, you're having trouble. Yeah.
No, I'm not having trouble. I'm here. Here I am. Let's see. Present. Share screen. There we go.
Okay.
You see that?
Okay.
Okay. So that's called the number one. All right. Now, how did that happen? I have no clue. The fucker just split in two pieces. Anyway, so when I saw that thing, the garage was a little crooked, and I got scared because you know, I have my baby in there. So anyway, I called the garage place, right? And you know how people are, man. It's so bad. Everybody's man. Who's this guy, man? Ricardo, producer Mark, you are losing people. What people is he talking about, bro? I have no
The
idea.
guy's an agitator.
Oh, one of them, huh? All right, hold on. We have a solution for that. So after I call the garage guy, he goes, oh yeah, we can do that. So how many what side is it, left or right? I said it's the right side. He goes, is it the first one, the second one, or the third one? I said, what do you mean? He goes, there are three, there are there's 24 hinges. So it's the first one on the left. Is it from the bottom up? I said, yeah, it's the bottom up. So that, he goes, can you go take a look at it and see if it says the number one on it? I said, yeah, I'll go and see. And surely it said the number one on it, right?
Well, number one is the size.
What? Did I know that?
I did.
But listen, you're talking to a guy that has no fucking clue what the hell is going on with the garage hinge.
Okay, go ahead.
I said, well, what can I say, man? I mean, anyway, so he goes, yeah, we can come out and do it. It's going to be $165.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? $165? Holy shit! To change the hinge. I mean, even I woke up at that time, right? So he goes, yeah, that's the only way we can do it. If you don't want it, then that's it. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly where the fucker broke. I said, all right, bro, let me give you a call back. So I went on the next best thing, which everybody else does. I go on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, yeah, the most common thing, that happens with garage doors is, one of these hinges, they fucking break over time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, like I knew that. So anyway, I saw the video, and it was just like opening up like 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Here, this is a good picture. Yeah, there you go, 4 screws, and putting the thing and shoving the roller back in. So I started calling people. I called Lowe's. I called Menards, where you don't really save big money, and I called Home Depot. And at Home Depot, they had one piece only. And I said, I'm coming over. I bought the damn thing. It was like $8 over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually cheaper here at $5.99. Anyway, so I bought it.
It's not a big problem, because you have the other ones holding the pieces together.
Yeah, well, it was a big problem because this hinge, the bottom one, this side was hanging low, so the garage wasn't closing properly. When
it was with the broken one, yeah.
Well, yeah. So I had to get it fixed. I started using.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Oh, here we go.
I know you fixed it. All I'm saying is it's not a difficult job.
Right. Well,
like you said, it's 4 bolts.
Hey, it's not a difficult job for someone who does this shit. Okay, I don't do that shit. I don't hold screwdrivers and spanners and drill machines and shit, bro.
Hey, well, I had an experience with a garage door company out here last year.
Good morning,
my neighbor.
Good morning.
My neighbor calls me,
mm-hmm.
and he says, "Hey, Larry, your both of your garage doors have been open for more than 24 hours. I hadn't left the house in about 36 hours. Was working on stuff on the computer. And I go, what the hell? And I opened the door between my kitchen and or my dining room and garage, and sure enough, both doors are wide open. Thank God I live in Cody, Wyoming.
Hey, hold on. I got
What the hell?
hold on, bro. Hold on. I gotta thank you. This came in today. Well, yesterday.
Oh, okay,
Hey,
cool.
hold on, man. What the fuck? Which camera is that? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's beautiful. I love it. Now it's 40
Rolex.
40 millimeter, but and I'm wearing a 40 millimeter watch for the first time, and I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
It did come with a. Fuck me dead. Where the hell did it go? Oh, here it is. Here it is. It did come with a box. See what I mean?
A fake Pelican case.
Well, no, hold on. The case is Pelican.
It's not a Pelican case.
It's fake, but it's Pelican. Guess what? There's another one inside.
Oh, okay.
They sent me 2 watches.
Did they, Mark?
No, I'm just kidding with you. I put the other
Okay, because when I ordered it,
yeah.
I had to cancel the first order, and then
No. I put the other one that I was wearing, my blue one. Yeah. So I love it. Thank you, brother.
No problem.
Once again, it is not the price of the damn thing. Okay, to me, this is worth $35,000. All right. Just like when Docs gave me a Mac computer at that time when everything else shut down in my life. That computer to me was $1 million, man. You know it, bro. That motherfucking computer pulled me through a lot of shit. I was able to publish fucking 6 issues of my magazine because of that computer. So, yep. Okay. So where were we? So you were saying something?
Yeah. So my garage door story. One day my neighbor calls me and says, both of your garage doors have been open for over 24 hours. Oh, what the hell? So I take a look. Sure enough, they're both open. So I start thinking about it because, both doors have remotes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I keep one remote in the car and another remote I keep in the house. And so I made sure that, I keep both of them in places where you can't accidentally push the button, right? So they were still in their secured little spaces.
Right.
And then I thought, okay, we had a lightning storm. And it did cause a little bit, it may have caused a little bit of a brownout, with the power. I think a transformer blew down the street. And so I call a garage company, and I get one of these super young salesman types on the phone. And he goes, "Oh yeah. That lightning storm blew out the electronics in both of your garage door openers, And I said, and he said, yeah, we'll come over, $250, service charge, blah, 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 blah. And I tell the guys, okay, so whenever somebody tells me something really stupid, I make them repeat it.
Yeah.
So I said something like, hey, wait a minute, I'm kind of slow. I'm kind of new at this. Can you repeat it? Did you say that the lightning blew out the electronics in both of the garage door motors? Yeah, and both of them are going to have to be replaced? He says, yeah. And I said, well, how come I can close both of the fucking doors with my remotes? And he went on to some cockamamie explanation of how that was possible.
Right.
He spends 2 minutes telling me that the electronics are completely blown out. The circuits are gone. And then I ask him, well, if the circuits are blown out, how come my garage doors work? And so it was just an anomaly. It was the interruption in power you know,
No,
that did it.
I have, and you're right. You're right. I have seen. I have seen. Hey, I gotta tell you one more thing. I gotta tell you one more thing. So my buddy's setting up a remote. He works with a major network, and he has this little box, right, that dials in into my IP address, or hooks up to the IP address, and I can have a guest at a remote location in another city
Okay.
and control the interview
hmm
with the camera, sound, everything. So yeah, we'll be doing that. He's in LA.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, he's in LA. So I could be sitting here in Chicago, and I can have a guest in his studio because he runs a podcast out there. And he's just one of you guys, just like a dear friend, you know.
Yeah.
Always trying to help each other, and that's I believe how the world should be. So he goes, Mark, if you want to invite people, just invite him over to my studio, and then you can do it. I said, fuck me dead. I love that idea. Instead of asking, because a lot of people, I've noticed a lot of the professional people in this business. Hey, Justin, how you doing, brother? Good to see you here always. A lot of these professional people, they love Zoom. They're stuck on Zoom.
Yeah, I hate
And I
Zoom.
told him, hey, hoo-ha. Now, if there is one thing that does not go well with a Chromebook, is Zoom.
Oh, really?
No. Zoom does not, because I think Zoom is a software that you have to download or something.
Yeah, you have to download it. I've used
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
don't like using it. Because I think Zoom is a Chinese company.
Right. Yeah. I don't like, and it's amazing. It's a Chinese company, and all the court system, they use Zoom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I watched the videos on YouTube.
All the fucking sensitive information,
Yeah, exactly.
Department of Defense, White House, they're using Zoom, and our great number 47 took that shit out of there. No more Zoom.
Yeah, it's
God, we're the smartest country in the world.
yeah. Hey, you're gonna have to do something about that center camera because it's like you're broadcasting out of a cave. It's like you didn't pay your electricity bill.
Is it better? Is it better? No, Doc's like number two. All right,
Leave it on 1 or 3.
1 or 3. All right.
Until you get that.
I was gonna. So I had my buddy over here last night, and she goes, "Hey, God,
Hey.
Mark, that is one beautiful camera." They were looking at the A77 Mark II, right? I'm like, yes, it's a beautiful camera. He goes, Mark, why don't you set this one up to be your number 3 camera? I said, are you kidding me? I said, this motherfucker is a $4,000 body, okay, with a fucking $1,100 goddamn lens on it. I am not putting this son of a bitch as a webcam. Plus, I told her, I said, you know what? This camera may not be here for a long time. Because this fucking camera is probably going to goddamn Wyoming.
The worst thing I ever did in my whole life is show you a picture of my new inbox Ray-Ban Generals.
That's all right.
Can you believe I bought 2 pairs in 1987 when they came out.
Right.
Kept one in the box and been wearing one ever since. So
who is the other person you know that always buys in 2s?
Oh, that would be you.
That's right. I always buy everything in 2s.
You know what? Like I told you, I try to be. If you ask anybody I know, and especially anybody I know through business, they always tell you, Larry's really careful. He worries about all the details, and that's because Larry is the one that when something. If something's going to go bad, it's going to go bad for me. Right. Like, I like if I have a meeting, I have 3 printers in my office. You know why?
Right.
Because I can't tell you how many times I was working a deal and I had everything confirmed with the client. And it's an hour and a half before the meeting, and about an hour before the meeting, and I go to print out. I put the final touches on a contract, last minute changes, and I go to print, and either I get a horrific paper jam, where the inkjet is shooting out on the table,
Right.
or or I run out of ink,
Yeah.
or whatever, and I can't call the client up and say, hey, look, I won't be there because I don't have a contract for you to sign.
Right. Right.
So, and that's why I have 2 workstations and 3 printers.
Yeah.
And now I got to figure out what to do with end of life for Windows 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in August, I think, or maybe it's
I'll tell you. I tell you what. I have 1, 2, 3 iMac computers that are obsolete now. Yosemite, and somehow, and this is the thing with Mac computers.
Oh, by the way, this camera is not clean HDMI.
You see that thing at the bottom, right?
Yeah, I see 1/30th of a second. There we go. No, both of them. Or the number. This one is plain. The other one.
No, number 1. No, number 2. Number 2. So number
I
2.
thought number 2 was in the middle.
Yeah. Number 2 is here. No, and this is number 3. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm just letting you know so you can fix it later.
I don't. Yeah. I don't, well, that's the thing. When I'm here because of you guys to have some chit chat, because the girls are not going to be here till Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be a pretty good show because I'll have one of the girls here, and we're targeting to do a 3-hour show.
Oh, okay.
So Tuesday is going to be.
I
good.
think Justin's right. You do need a disco ball.
I do have a disco ball.
I know you have one. You should set it up.
I have a disco ball with the fucking lasers that go around. But the problem is I can't hang it in.
You got to talk into the mic.
In this, I'm trying to show you some pictures out here. I can't.
This is professional broadcasting, people.
Yeah. I can't hang it in this room because of the false ceiling. This is a different studio.
Yeah. The cool thing with the dirty HDMI output is that little box following.
Dirty, man. No, there is no box following me.
Yeah, there is. You don't see it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, the box is there. That son of a bitch.
Well, and you have the center target thing there.
There you go. We'll just leave it at that. Or I'll just be in the fucking cave. There you go. Katie, baby, Katie. See, here's what happens. So when I shut this light off, right here, I'm gonna go and I shut it and I cover this.
And this camera will brighten up.
Yeah, this camera will brighten up. Now I'm just fine. I'm perfect.
No, you're not.
Man, I got too many lights over here. I don't have enough lights. I need more lights.
And the camera you're on now is fully automatic. Or you can't.
The camera that I have on, is a fully automatic camera.
Yeah.
But
what I can't figure out is
doing a good job.
Most that when you go back to that center camera, the view, everything is dark. You've got some white splashed on your jacket, but you're wearing a black hat. The background is dark.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why it doesn't lighten up.
I don't know. I don't know.
I could understand it being this dark if the background was bright white.
I don't know.
The background, but it's weird.
Speaking of background, so going back to the Mac computers, I have 3 Mac. I have 1 MacBook Pro. Mm-hmm. I have another iMac, and I have a third iMac that are not able to update it themselves. So they're basically dead. I can't do anything. They don't even go on Google. I can't even get Chrome on it because it's old operating system. I see. The thing with me is I never used my computers to go online. Mm-hmm. I always used my computers for editing or photographic work. So for years, for 2, 3, 4 years, and this is the thing with Mac computers. If you have a Mac product, you have to update it, whenever the softwares come out. Mm-hmm. So let's say if iOS 5 is there, you go to iOS 6, iOS 7, iOS 8. But if you skip 7 or 8 updates, okay, it doesn't go. It doesn't go from 5 to 11. You have to update them sequentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem. Now with the
No, but hold on a second, because I'm not a Mac guy.
well, you know,
When you say 5 to 6 to 7, you're talking about operating systems, right?
yeah, well, yeah, operating systems. Yeah, well, updates to the operating system.
Okay, yeah, updates to the operating system. Okay,
Yeah,
that's different than operating
updates
system.
to the operating system. Now, coincidentally, I said, shit. I said, what about the Mac Mini, the mini powerhouse that I got from Florida?
Mhm.
I said, holy fuck, if that doesn't work, I'm fucked, because now all my Macs are bricks. Apparently, that little son of a bitch, guess what? It upgraded.
Oh, good.
Yeah. That son of a bitch upgraded. I'm like, oh, thank God. And then my MacBook Air got upgraded. And then my iPad Pros, I have 2 of those, they got upgraded.
Oh, that's good.
And now I just keep everything, how do you say that? When there's a software update, I always update it. If you don't update the software in Mac and you skip out like 4 or 5, like
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
yeah,
It's different with Windows because
fuck Windows.
because what they do with Windows is like, see, my problem or my upcoming problem is I'm running Windows 10 Professional, okay, and
Fuck Windows.
that's the operating system.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, Microsoft said Windows 10 is going to be the last version of Windows.
Yeah.
So now it is 4 or 5 years later. We're coming up with Windows 11, and they have Windows 11 out, and end of support for Windows 10 is toward the end of this year. That's when you stop getting security updates. Now you will be able to buy, like if you pay $150 or $200, they will continue to support your Windows 10 for another 2 or 3 years.
Right.
But so the danger is if I don't update to Windows 11, I lose the security updates. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be online without the security updates. But the problem is that Windows 11 requires certain hardware. And my computers don't have this little bit of hardware on the main circuit board, or and so now Microsoft is saying, yeah, you can. People figured out how to hack it.
Oh fuck!
And update a Windows 10 computer to Windows 11, even if the hardware isn't correct.
Yeah.
And now, if you go to the Microsoft website, it says, here is the official way to hack to Windows 11. But then they also say, it may not work later on.
Oh,
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because there are millions and millions and millions of people out there with Windows 10 computers that don't have that little chip in them that will allow you to upgrade to Windows 11. So it's going to be interesting.
No, I hate Windows. I hate Windows with a passion.
And I hate, well, whichever one you have, there are problems with all of them.
Yeah.
It's like,
I have never had a problem with a Mac, to be very honest with you. And I've been using Mac since I was with ABC. We started with Final Cut Pros. Never had a problem. It was the most stable fucking operating system.
Well, but the Macs have become known for graphics and video processing and stuff like that. And don't forget, I got an MBA, so I was always on the business side.
Right.
So my first computer was a Xerox running Control Program Manager. That was the operating system, CPM.
I don't even know what that is, man. That just went over.
Well, it's before Windows. It's before DOS.
Damn.
It's before the PC. Okay.
Right.
And so, and I had a Xerox printer that was letter quality, and it was like an IBM Selectric typewriter. It had a ball.
Right.
So it was either that. Back then, you had a choice. You can either get a letter quality printer
Mhm.
that had a ball like an IBM Selectric typewriter,
Right.
or you get a dot matrix printer.
Dot
You know,
matrix.
when you see the old movies and you have the
Yeah.
fan fold computer paper
Yeah.
with the holes on the side,
Yeah.
and the printer goes zzz, 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 and all it does is print dots.
Yeah.
That was the only way you could get graphic. It was like it was like the earliest versions of games where it was just like Pong,
Right.
And then so I went through all the versions of Windows and all the very crappy versions of Windows,
Mhm.
and my good friend whose first job was at Jet Propulsion Labs. Matter of fact, I just downloaded the final report for the Mariner 9 mission to Mars in 1970 something.
Oh, hello.
And my friend wrote half of that report. So it was neat reading. He got
Right.
he did the program. He was in charge of the team that did the programming to get the satellite to Mars, and then it mapped 85% of the surface of Mars,
Right.
and it also photographed at the time the darkest object ever photographed, which was the moon Phobos, moon of Mars. And so, and he always told me, don't update your computer if you don't need to. If everything is running fine.
Right. And that's right.
And see, and that's the problem with Microsoft, and that's the problem with Apple. They force upgrades on you. Like you said, if you didn't update from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, you can't go from 4 to 8.
No, you can't. That's the mistake I did.
Yeah, and then Windows, like Windows 10, they started to force upgrade. You're working on your computer, and all of a sudden it slows down, and and it's updating. And the problem with Windows 10 when it came out, it would update the drivers.
Yeah.
So like you have like my friend whose first job was at Jet Propulsion Labs. He knows a little bit about computers, and so he's got Windows 10 running with an ancient scanner or an ancient printer because he set up the drivers, and then Windows 10 automatically, this is an unrecognized driver. We're updating the driver to a Microsoft driver.
Right.
All of a sudden, this printer doesn't work, And then in Windows 10 Professional, which is what I run, they finally gave you the option to stop the updates for up to about a month.
Yeah.
About 5 weeks. But after 5 weeks, they start updating again. And I hate that because when you have something running, like your business, and you're putting out a magazine or something, everything is working. I don't want anybody to touch it, including Microsoft or Apple.
Yeah. Well, that's the main reason why I never updated.
Yeah, and the other thing my friend Mike told me was, unless two people are holding machine guns to your head, don't ever update an operating system. Again, if what you're using is working,
right,
and that's the way I feel now. I got everything set up exactly the way I want.
Yeah.
I have 100% backup. I have a backup computer. I could take the NVMe drives out of the computer I'm on right now, put them into the computer that's sitting on the ground next to my desk.
Yeah.
Switch the cables and be back online with you in 5 minutes.
All right. See, that's the problem I had with and here's the thing. That's a lot of people ask me, especially in the industry, Mark, you got all the fucking knowledge. Why are you always on Chromebook? I say, for one, if anything happens, if anybody breaks in, destroys the computer, sits on it, it blows up, burns off, I don't have to worry about anything because all my entire magazine, all my projects are saved in the cloud.
Yeah.
Okay. Now hold on. I know.
No. That's fine. No. I don't have a problem with that. No.
Right. I know a lot of people laugh. Well, here's the thing. I paid a very, very big price one time, and that was actually with a Mac.
Mm-hmm.
A, I never back up anything.
Yeah, I know that.
Right. B, I bought a friend of mine, he went and bought me a fucking 3 terabyte fucking hard drive
Mhm.
and asked me to back up everything. I said, nah, I'll do it. I had the fucking thing connected. I formatted the hard drive,
Mhm.
never backed up anything, and I thought I had backed it up, right?
Mhm.
And somehow the computer went, psst, it was a power surge.
Mhm.
The computer went dead. I was in the middle of editing a commercial for a client,
Yeah.
and everything went down the drain.
Mhm.
Oh God. Well, luckily I had the footage because the footage was on an SD card.
Mhm.
So I fired up another computer, got that project done,
Mhm.
and then I realized, these computers are good, and no matter how much you back it up, if anything happens, you know. So that's why I shifted over to Chrome for all my professional work 5 years ago, and never had a
Yeah.
fucking problem.
Well, what I've been doing for, gosh, 30 years now, uh, I went through all the different backup routines, including incremental tape backup. You know what I mean? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
No clue.
But back in the old days, you backed up onto tape. You had devices that looked like, well, they were like essentially, outboard devices, like a US. They didn't have USB back then, but it was sort of like having a USB hard drive, right? You plug this into your computer, and it has tape. It had a tape cartridge, and then it had software on your computer, and you had like a 20 megabyte or 30 megabyte, not gigabyte, megabyte hard drive, and the software would say, okay, here's all the new stuff that Larry put on the computer since the last time we backed up, and it would do an incremental backup. It would just back up the changes, and those things failed like 50% of the time. Okay, and I can tell you, over the years, I've never had a client to this day. I've never had a client who listened to me about backing up until that client lost all of his information twice. They lose it twice, and then they pay me to help them put everything back together. And then the third, and then after the second time, I was like, "So, Larry, show me how to back up. Show me." And I don't even back up; I clone. So my computers have NVMe drives, which is the technology that came after SSDs. They're hard drives, but they're the size of a piece of gum, chewing gum, and they're faster than the SSDs, and
Faster than a speeding bullet.
so twice a week I clone everything on my computer
Right.
to NVMe's. And so if I have a problem, if any of my drives go out, I just plug in the backup. And see, because the real issue is when your computer blows up, let's say your hard drive blows up, you go out and buy another hard drive, and then you spend like a week of evenings downloading all the software you had on your computer.
Right.
Now this is where you have a better thing going on, because if you're working with software that is in the cloud, you don't have that much software to reinstall on your computer.
I have I don't need anything to reinstall on my computer.
I'm the opposite. I have everything local. I don't have to be online to do my work.
Right.
All my programs, like I'm running an old version of Photoshop because I have the discs, the installation discs, and everything is on the. I don't have to, I don't have any software that I subscribe to, and so I'm the opposite. So I clone, so I can, if something blows up, I'm up and running in 5 minutes, and the only thing I've lost is whatever information I put on the blown up hard drive that after my last clone.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you a funny story. I'll tell you a funny story. This was, man, we were doing a project for a company out here, working with Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we were, my friend was designing the brochure for Rolls Royce for Chicago, and another one of our friends, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. They're working in Starbucks. He spilled latte all over the Chromebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, it went out. It's done.
Yep.
So my immediate reaction was, "Oh shit." His immediate reaction was, "Oh fuck," you know, like it didn't really matter to him. So I said, "Man, I mean, fuck, you know, you had you were designing that, and I mean, holy shit, dude, well, what's going to happen now?" He said, "Nothing going to happen now. I'm just going to go back to the office and open up my other what do you call that Chromebook, and just continue from where I started, where I stopped." And from that day onwards, I was hooked on phonics. I was hooked on
Mm-hmm.
the damn thing. I will never go back to any other computer in my life now.
Yeah, you know, the other difference between you and I is location.
Location, pocation. Yep.
Like so, the other reason I like or I prefer to work with Windows computers is because over the years I've done things like replace power supplies. Power supply goes out, okay, I can replace it. I do it at home, and that's why I have a couple of laptops, but for business I only use the desktop because it's big and I can and because I have workstations, like the entire side of the case comes off, everything's accessible.
Right.
And I can replace components because the components in a PC are generic.
Mm.
Everything in an Apple computer is Apple specific.
Yeah,
And that's the problem for me. And then you take my location. You know, I don't have 15 computer stores within 20-mile radius of me.
Mm-hmm.
I have planes. I have high chaparral around me. Okay,
Right.
so you know it's 110 miles to Billings, Montana. So if I have an emergency, you know, the way for me to handle it is to have an identical workstation computer standing by, and I can either swap. I can swap the drives out instantly, no problem. Or if I have to, I can cannibalize the backup for a power supply or whatever's easier for me to do.
Mm.
So it's sort of like when you go four-wheeling, right?
Right.
This is a mistake I made when I moved out here, right? I had my F-250 Power Stroke diesel FX4, and I was exploring I drove on every road I could find. You know, I wanted to just see everything and go everywhere. So I was south of Cody, about 30 miles by Meeteetse, a town of about 350 population. And I see this gravel road, right? And it's a county road. And I had an early version of, I had a brand new Toshiba laptop, and I had a Giotto desk in my truck, you know, like Giotto, they make like the center consoles for police cars. So I had this professional mount for my laptop, and I had a really early version of Garmin software. So I had like a 14-inch navigation screen, right? And you know, sure enough, the road was on the map and everything. And so I drove, and this was Saturday. I drove, and then I realized I had driven about 55 miles, and I had no cell phone signal, but I could see the entire Bighorn Basin from the top of the mountain I was on. And I thought, you know, if my truck stalls and I can't start it,
Right.
I got 55 miles to hike to a highway that'll take me to civilization. And and that's when I remembered and of course the end of the road, like all gravel roads in Wyoming end at some natural gas or oil processing plant or a pump site or something, and nobody works there on the weekends, right? So I would have been, if I broke down, I would have been stuck. And so then you realize if you're going to do that crap, have a satellite phone.
Mm-hmm.
But the real rule of off-roading is you never go alone.
Right.
You always have a buddy in his own vehicle.
Mm.
So if you go out by yourself, and I don't care if you're on a quad or in a 4x4, you have to be an idiot to do that. And in the realization of being 55 miles away from the highway.
Yeah.
And if my truck wouldn't start, and in fact, I didn't turn off the engine after I realized that, I just turned around and drove back, but there were people that killed themselves doing it. 5 miles from my house, if I go 5 miles west of my house, I'm at the Buffalo Bill Dam, and I could drive up the side of the mountain, and and if the weather conditions are bad and my vehicle conks out,
Mm-hmm.
I would die on the side of the mountain 6 miles from my house.
Don't die, baby. Don't die. Don't die now. Yeah.
So.
Fuck. Technology, bro. Technology. Oh shit. That
fuck sounds like shot. It really does.
There you go. Yeah, I like this. I like this, man. There you go.
You got everything working.
I called everything is working now.
I'm gonna call your studio the Spaghetti.
Except
Mark, are you going to be broadcasting from the Spaghetti Bowl next week?
Spaghetti Bowl. What do you mean spaghetti?
Yeah, that's your studio.
No. Next,
you have all these discrete components and all this cabling. I'm going to call it the Spaghetti Bowl from now on.
Bro, you haven't even seen my spaghetti bowl. Oh, you saw it. I sent you a picture.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen.
I've got so many fucking wiring and shit, but yeah, we may do one big long stream on Tuesday, and then I don't think I'll be streaming for quite a while because we're going to be getting ready for Zamboni, Zamalubi, Zigababuba. We're going to be getting ready for the World of Wheels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to have the girls over here, and then we're going to have the girls over there. And what's going to be happening is that we may be broadcasting from there. I may set up a live cam and just let it run, let it rip. You know what I'm saying? Now, the problem over there is, Jesus, they got these fucking, music, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's different sections, different stages. A lot of the old timers, they don't blare music, but there's a section for tuners that's called Galleria. Where they have 22-year-olds with McLarens and Lamborghinis and half-naked girls. And they're I mean, the music was so loud last year that the lens in my camera was shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if I do film that, I'm going to just keep it. I'm just going to shut the volume off.
Hey man, I've played concerts where have you ever heard music so loud that you can actually feel your intestines, your organs vibrating?
Yeah.
It's like standing behind a 747 on takeoff.
Yeah. No, I really don't like that. I'm not a big fan of loud music. I'm
Yeah,
not. A big fan of loud music. So any day, like I said, any day, I'm telling you, I may get something from Wyoming, and within 24 hours, is going to be shipped straight to Wyoming. I lost a remote for one of my lights over here.
I hate when that happens.
Oh God, and it's my favorite light. The remote is there. I just can't find it.
You know, here's something else I hate. I have a couple of room air conditioners, right?
Hmm.
They kind of sit on the floor and you can roll them around, and you put the exhaust through a window.
Right.
And one of them is a guy, I forget what brand it is, but it's a made in Japan, an expensive brand.
Yeah.
Came with a remote, right?
Mm.
The unit itself doesn't have any buttons on it.
Right.
So if I lose the remote, I'm screwed.
Right.
I
See,
can't-
this is
all I can do without the remote is turn it on, and it'll run at like 75 degrees or something like that.
yeah. This is another thing. You get these fucking scams, right? Here, let me put this on for toll. So what they want me to do is they want me to
Toll roads. Okay, yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have those up here.
they want me to log into my account
Mm-hmm.
so they can get it. And what happened when I got this the first time? I'm like, wait a minute. I said all my cars are, they have the toll thing, the iPass thing. Why the fuck am I getting this anyway? I think I'm getting old. So I called these fuckers, right? The
Mhm.
Illinois Department of Illinois Department of Transportation. I called them.
Yeah.
They're actually IDOT. I call them idiots. So
Mhm.
they goes, oh no, sir, we don't call you. We don't send you any messages. we have your. Oh my God, Salam Habibi, Jamie Opulence. I'm gonna drop the link. We need you here, bro. We need you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here. Hold on to your lily white butt here. All right, I'm dropping the link. Jamie, come on over, bro. Come on. I just dropped the link for you. We dropped the link. We're gonna drop another link. We're gonna drop 2 links for you. Just testing my new profile picture. I love your new profile picture, but I need to see you also. Come on, jump on. So yeah. They go, no, we don't send any emails or messages, bro. We got your bank account information if we need anything, and they take it out. I swear to God, boom, just like that.
Well, yeah. Well, every time I log into my bank, whether I do it online or over the phone, they put there's a big warning message.
Yeah,
We will never call. We will never ask you for your password. We will never.
we will. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that's so that's going to be the entire next week. Now there is a meeting. There's a meeting this Monday with Invicta as an appearance fee. If I jump on, will you send me an Invicta as an appearance fee, bro? You can have anything you want. You can have
just because
anything you want.
Just because. No, see, he must have been watching because
Yeah,
I sent you an Invicta,
yeah, I know.
and now he wants the same Walmart deal shipped to Spain or some stupid like that.
Oh shit!
That's
Yeah.
what I love about you. Yeah, you can get an Invicta for $38. Shipping to Spain, $150.
No, maybe $300. I wanted to. No, seriously, a long time ago.
I wanted, a couple of years ago, I wanted to send a baseball cap to what's his name in Tokyo,
Right.
Marcelo. Like,
Yeah.
how much? I went to post.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah,
It's just a baseball hat.
I had a Russian watch called Rakita, and I wanted to send that to Tea and Tickers 3-4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And I said, it's a wine thing, so
Yeah.
the watch is going to work forever. It doesn't have a strap. Hey, put on a NATO strap. Who cares?
Yeah.
So I go to the post office and they asked me, where am I sending this? And I said, I'm sending this to England. Sorry, no. I said I'm sending this to United Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man. That person at the post office at the United States Post Office
Didn't know what the United Kingdom
had
was.
no clue what the fuck United Kingdom was.
That's
I said,
okay.
I said, hey, I'm sending it to England, London, England. Oh, overseas. I said, oh God, how did you even get a job over here? How did you even get a fucking job over here?
Yeah.
So anyway, they calculated everything. They took the address, they calculated everything, and they said it was going to be $300 and some. I said, thank you. See ya. Fuck.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
like
shit. The watch is like
yeah.
$5 and shipping was like $300 and some.
There's a town in Wyoming, and it's the name of the town is spelled Dubois.
Du Bois.
Yeah, well, so in French, it's a French word. It's a French name.
Dubois.
So it would be Dubois, right?
Dubois. Hey,
But
Jamie.
here in Wyoming, we pronounce it
Jamie.
Dubois. So
Jamie, jump on. All right, hold on, Jamie, just for you. Jump on. We got shots fired.
Oh, fuck.
We got everything going upside down. Come on, I need you to jump on, bro. I dropped the link for you. we need some international star over here, and we need an international international man of mystery. We need what was it? The Anglo-Saxon. We need the Anglo-Saxon. I'm an Anglo-Saxon.
Hey, but with any luck next week, Trump will fire that idiot at the post office that didn't know what Great Britain was.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad I didn't say Great Britain, because back in till the 80s they used to go by Great Britain, GB. It was always GB, Great Britain, and then it became.
Yeah, well, I remember the stickers or the placards people would put on their cars in Europe.
JB. Hello, JB. Well, hey, speaking of GB, JB. Where's JB, man? Where's JB? Where's Curly? Where's Tan? Where's everybody? Yeah, I miss those guys. Plus, we do our stream at a most ungodly hour anyway.
That's the problem. We do one in the afternoon, and all those guys.
And you know what? And that is beautiful. 2 people, 3 people. That is great. Because the work streams, I don't even publicize those when I do those, because those are straight from the other channel, for different projects. So yeah, I don't mix pleasure with pain.
You should try it sometime.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Hey, here we go.
It depends on who's dishing out the pain, Mark.
The Bain Act. Cops can't do this shit no more. Put a flashlight in your camera lens to block. They can't do it anymore.
Well, in Illinois maybe, but in Wyoming we don't give a shit.
No, well, yeah.
It all boils down to the prosecutor.
Right.
If you have a George Soros prosecutor in your county, you got huge problems. Nobody goes to jail.
Yeah.
And our prosecutors are different.
Yeah.
So
hey, you haven't seen this. Check this out. I don't know if I can turn this motherfucker around. Oh, I can't. God damn it! I can't turn. Oh shit! I can't turn this motherfucker around. Are you kidding me? Oh, huh? I don't know. I can't turn it around. Oh, can you see it? You can see probably a little bit of it. Oh.
No. Well,
the monitor for the Atom, you see it? Man, this thing is unbelievable. I fucking love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. I think things are going to look better when you get more lighting in the studio.
Yeah, it's going to look more better. We're going to add something. My buddy said he's going to give me the front end of a 1976 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow.
Oh, okay.
The grill with the spirit of ecstasy. Ecstasy.
Yeah.
The spirit of ecstasy, because I want to hang it over on the wall right here.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the front end of a Lamborghini Countach with me also.
Oh,
Yeah, because they changed. Somebody put a body kit on a Countach, and they left the front
Oh.
the front fascia.
hmm
And my buddy had it for years, and I said, "Holy fuck, man!" Because it's all fiberglass. They just cut it off. And I'm like,
not a real Countach. Or are you
huh?
talking about the body kit? Real
No, no, no.
Countach is.
It was a kit car Countach.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But it's what do you call that thing? It's a mold.
yeah. Yeah.
So he painted it. He painted it. Gloss, everything. The lights. I mean, if I hang it on the wall, it
Yeah.
looks like the car is coming out from the wall.
Mhm.
Because it's got those fake pop-up lights. They don't go in. They're just stuck out.
Yeah.
It's got the Cannonball Run
Oh.
license plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang it. I'm trying to see where the fuck I'm gonna hang it. I'm gonna probably put it behind
Yeah.
me, up over there.
When you said the nose, the smashed nose of a Countach, that was when I met Rod Stewart.
Yep.
Yeah, a friend of mine who's passed away. His name was Dennis Ursick. He was Carol Shelby's
Hey,
painter.
let's send Jamie Opulence. Yeah, I'll give you mine. You come to America, man. You can take all my Invictus. Jump on, bro. Yeah.
And so anyway, my friend Dennis Ursick, after he worked with Carol Shelby,
Mhm.
he had a body shop in Redondo Beach, California. And he worked on a lot of race cars. He painted the Craco team Indy cars. He knew everybody in the business. And one day a Countach comes in, and not the bumper. Well, the bumper was slightly damaged. The bumper was damaged, but the real damage to the car was the hood. Okay, it was all crumpled. And we were both looking at what the hell happened. Well, it was Rod Stewart's Countach, and he was driving it up in Holmby Hills or Beverly Hills, wherever the heck he lived. And he slid off the road, went down an embankment, and a tree stopped the car. The car wasn't going very fast, but now the car is on a downward angle on a hillside, and it's bumped up against a tree, right?
Mm.
So Rod was with one of his idiot friends.
Mhm.
And his friend said, I'll get behind the driver's seat. I'll put it in reverse and I'll gun it. You climb up on the hood of the car and you put your back up against the tree and you push with your legs and we'll see if we can back this out of it.
Right.
And he crumbled the entire hood of the car. It took my friend like 3 months to get the part from Italy.
Mhm.
And if you've ever worked with Italian cars, 70s, 80s, and even into the 90s,
Mhm.
and English Morgans are like this too. You get a replacement hood or fender for a Countach.
Right.
It can be an inch off.
Oh yeah.
Because everything was a handmade.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing this fender for a Morgan. It came into the shop, and I swear it was 3 inches wider than it needed to be.
Mm.
My friend had to section it. He had to cut it in half and then weld it back together.
Right.
No.
Yeah, it happens. It's like shit. It's crazy, bro.
So
Where's I called Mike the other day. He was sleeping. Let me call him. Let's call Mike.
oh, okay.
Let's call Mikey. Hello, Mikey. Where you at, Mikey? Are you there, Mikey? You know what? I'm gonna hold on, bro. I'm gonna try something different today.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We are gonna try something different today. We will call Mikey on live on air.
Oh yeah, because you test the system out.
Right. Well, right. We'll call.
But what you do? Why don't you text Mikey?
Yeah.
And ask him to call the call-in number.
We're talking about Mikey, bro.
Okay, all right.
He's not gonna do that.
Oh yeah, he will.
No. It takes him a little bit to how do you say that? How
Wake
do
up?
you say? No, it takes him. It takes him. It takes him a minute to process all that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because we're calling him. I called him yesterday, and he was sleeping.
Uh-huh.
He was sleeping, and I felt bad because he's probably up late.
Uh-huh.
So if somebody calls me in the morning, my mind is trying to process like, oh, okay, like what happened? Where the fuck am I? All right,
I can't. You've done being self-employed. You do the same thing I do.
Oh,
right?
I always do that to you.
I have a separate phone number for business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know when that cell phone's going off, it's a business call.
All right, hold on a second. This is a real live test of communication with the Mikey. Hello, Mikey. Where you at, Mikey? All right, I hope it works. You hear the bell ringing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. God, I love this fucking thing.
Whoa.
Hello, Mikey. How are you, brother?
Hello, who's this?
This is Mark from Chicago, my California brother. How you doing?
Hey, I'm just looking up torque specs to
All right, listen.
put the.
I tell you what. Why don't you look up torque specs? Why don't we talk torque? Jump on the stream. I'll drop the link for you.
Are you on right now?
I'm on right now, brother. I got Larry there. He's got his drill bit ready. You got the torque specs. Let's
Tell Mikey we need him to test the call-in feature.
Well, here I'm on my computer. It's fucking acting up.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, Mikey. Larry, talk to Mike. Let's see if he can hear you.
Can you hear me,
Hey,
Mikey?
Larry.
Hey, Mark's got a call-in feature set up.
Sorry, he can't hear you. It's okay. It's okay.
No.
Just jump on. I dropped the link for you, bro. Yeah, you're on your computer right now?
Yeah, but if I just type in producer Mark's Chit Show.
No, just go to my fucking channel, Producer Mark channel. Like it did the last time, Producer
We'll
Mark.
just have him search for Producer
Type in
Mark.
Producer Mark.
Yeah.
Live stream.
Yeah. No.
Mark
Just go to YouTube and look up Producer Mark, and you will see that we're live.
Okay. YouTube Producer Mark.
Just go to YouTube and search Producer Mark, and you will see the live thing where we're probably the second or the third.
There it is. Yeah, there we go.
Well, come on, big brother. Let's jump on in.
All right, I got a couple minutes.
Okay, couple minutes. All right, beautiful.
I'll be on.
You got it, brother. You got it.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. I like that.
Yeah.
I really do like it.
It's funny. The other day I had my we were testing things out.
What is our? Oh, fuck me dead.
What are you doing?
No, I'm going to put. Oh, hey, hold on. Mike's here. Hello, Mikey. How are you?
There he is.
Hello. Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Oh, we're doing fine. Hey, Lunar Pilot, turn your camera on, man. Everybody's got their camera on.
I don't have my camera on. I was just going to tell you I was playing around with my using my Pixel 7 as a camera.
Right.
And it was
Listen. I have said this once, and I'm going to say it again. Fuck the Pixel 7. A77 Mark II is going to do wonders for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Mikey. Well, what you working on, Mikey?
I'm changing the oil on my S2000 engine, and apparently it's really important about how much you torque the oil filter on.
Right.
Really?
Because usually you just tighten them, hand tight as you can tighten them by hand, right?
Right.
But not the S2000. the S2000, it has a metal ring that actually stands above the gasket, and so
Mm.
it tightens down and then goes metal to metal against the case, and
Oh,
then you're supposed to torque it to 33 foot-pounds of torque, which is quite a bit.
yeah.
But that's what and I'm getting conflicting. Like some people say 16 to 18 foot-pounds of torque, which sounds a little
Mhm.
more reasonable. But I watched a guy do, I can't find the fucking video, but I watched a guy torque it to 33, and he goes around and around like a full extra turn after fully hand
Whoa.
tight. But what you want to do is get that metal to metal, contact. You can't just have
Right.
the gasket, because I guess the S2000s are known for their oil filters loosening up, because they revved to 9,000,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and so they got to be fucking on there. And
So,
what
Mikey, so what do you do? I mean, how do you measure the torque doing that? Do you have to
you put
use
a,
one of those
you
cap?
put a, yeah, you put a cap over a special cap over the filter that
Yeah.
has a quarter or 3/8 inch torque, or
Right.
wrench fitting on
Yeah.
the end, and you just torque it like a bolt.
Yeah, and
But what I think
that-
I'm going to do, just to play it safe, is I'm going to go until I know I'm metal to metal, right? I know I can feel
Yeah.
the difference, right? Whatever
Yeah.
that might be. Go a little further, then I'm going to take a hose clamp, and I'm
Mhm.
going to fucking tighten that around the filter, and then take a piece of wire and wrap it from around the bolt of the hose clamp and then up to something so that the filter physically can't unloosen itself.
Yeah.
It's like safety wired.
yeah, safety, sure.
And so that's what I'm going to do, because I'm kind of sketched out on tightening my oil filter to 33 foot-pounds. If I strip out that fucking inside my
Oh
engine
yeah, that's
case,
a mess.
then you're fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So and like I've gotten, different Hondas have different specs. Some say tighten 2/3 to 7/8 of a turn, or some say
Mhm.
tighten to this number that's on the
Yeah.
filter. And they've come out with this new filter that's bigger and fatter and wider
Yeah.
and better.
Yeah.
But then again, watching this video, the guy says, "Yeah, this is the new filter. It's better, fatter, wider, and you got to torque it to 33." And I watched him do it, and it torqued right down. And so I don't think there's a real issue with it. It's just this is my new baby, so I don't want to fucking go, fucking honking shit too tight.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
that's like the aluminum heads on my Mach 1, right?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
spark plug well is so fucking deep, and the torque specs for the spark plug is like it's either 7 or 16 pound-feet.
Yeah, it's not much.
And you probably know the history. Ford's got a history of stripped out spark plug. Yeah,
I've owned how many air-cooled Porsches I've owned.
yeah. You know about you know about that.
You don't need to say anything else, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
They're classically known for that.
Oh yeah.
And then you got to go with a fucking helicoil or a
Hey,
time
Mike,
serve.
let me ask you something, because I picked this up a little while ago. Have you ever used a digital torque adapter?
Digital torque adapter.
Yeah, it's a little plastic box. Well, the insides are metal. It goes between your socket and any wrench.
Oh, and it turns your wrench into a torque wrench?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I've never used one because I have torque wrenches.
Yeah, well, this one, I bought this for the car because, this way, if I have a flat tire, or when I change from winter to my winter wheels to my summer wheels, I can, because I got pretty good at guessing the torque, by hand.
Yeah. I can do 75 pounds to within a pound on all my cars with my breaker bar and my fucking in a
Yeah.
right
The thing
size
though
tug.
is, like, when you think about it, especially up here in Wyoming, you could be on the side of the road and it could be raining or it could be winter, And so,
honk them all fucking tight and get home, and then
no, but no, what I did was, I had a breaker. I carry a short breaker bar in my car.
Sure.
I got a longer one, and I reduced the amount of force I need to get my lug nuts up to 100. No, mine are 100.
Okay, whatever it might be. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like I'd rather be applying less force when my car is up on a jack on the side of the road. Than more force. So with the longer breaker bar, it's a whole lot easier.
You see guys driving around with 2 out of 5 bolts holding their wheel on, right?
Oh
so
yeah.
Even if you get all 5 on and you get them torqued to half their spec, your tire ain't going nowhere. Not until
I'm really not that worried. I'm not really that worried about torquing at the spec on the side of the road. I like the idea of having a slightly longer breaker bar on the side of the road.
Yeah, well,
so I don't have to exert. Because we've all done it. I'm putting all my weight on a short breaker bar to undo a lug nut
off or breaks your
slip on the ground, and then or the car slips off the jack.
Yeah. Well, I keep a broken torque wrench right in between my seats. For self-defense purposes.
Oh, okay.
Because if you keep a baseball bat or a club, then a cop could get you for wielding a lethal weapon. But if you get into a road rage incident and you bust out a broken torque wrench, it's just as heavy, and you start swinging that, and you just say, "Look, I was just defending myself, man. I grabbed what I had handy."
Well, I got a Sig Sauer 40 caliber in between my seat and the console. And
I don't have my concealed carry permit yet, so if I used that even in self-defense, I'd be the one going to jail regardless.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So I understand.
I'm sticking to physical, like Neanderthal club and
Well, officer,
club and rock.
Why did you hit this man with a 15-pound wrench? Well, it's the only thing that I just grabbed for anything I could.
Yeah, it's what I had handy, and it's got a nice handle on the end, so you can hold it and it won't fly out of your hand and everything.
How about this in a California court? Why did you hit him with the torque wrench? Because my pistol was out of reach.
Yeah, exactly. I left all my guns at home. But no, I've run into road rage situations and come close to blows, and goddamn, if at those times I didn't have that torque wrench, and I probably would have gotten squashed. But
that's one thing I miss about California, Mikey, is road rage. I've been up here for 20 years.
LA is horrible. My God, LA.
That's where I used to live.
Up
here it's like it's unknown because everybody's running around with a gun in their car.
Well, in Northern California, everybody's a little more mellow. So the worst you'll usually get is a finger. And maybe somebody swerve in front of you if they're really pissed, and then you just let things go and they drive off.
I got to tell I was really good with this. When I moved up here, I was cognizant of the fact that everybody is armed. That's one of the reasons I moved up here. And so the one thing Wyoming drivers do that I haven't seen, or they're better or worse at this than any place I've ever driven, is they will turn in front of you with no room to spare. You could be on a residential street. You could be on the main street in town. You could be on a 2-lane highway, and a car will just turn in front of you with 10 feet to spare, right?
Well, that's LA at 80 to 90 miles an hour.
Yeah,
all day long.
Yeah,
you're 6 inches. If you got 6 inches between your bumper and the guy in front of you, you're cool at 90.
Well, no. I'm talking about, Mikey. I'm talking about oncoming traffic turning in front of you. Like you're on a 2-lane road, and the guy coming towards you makes a left turn across your lane.
Oh yeah. Just
and it's I've actually talked to the head of the Wyoming Highway Patrol, and his theory was we have so few signal lights that people aren't and so few, the traffic is so light. When people come into a big town like Cody, Wyoming, population 10,000, they freak out. And
That's funny.
and you know what? He's right. He's right, because
of course.
I counted up the number of traffic lights we have in town. I can count them. I can count all of them on both hands.
Yep. And people from small towns definitely drive different than people in cities. That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah, and the laws in Wyoming, I forget the exact wording, but it's like I think you could be 14 years old and drive farm machinery on a public highway.
Huh? Oh, that's cool.
Because the kids are working on the farms, and if you have to take a combine, well, you have to take it on the road.
Across the road.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right.
You doing business when you're on your own show?
No. I saw a little camera part that I wanted to get. It's from Focal. I'm trying to see if somebody's selling it for like $10, but I want to see if Amazon has it. Focal. It's a pistol grip. Oh, well, hello. They have it here.
They have it. What do they have?
Well, they have it on Amazonian.
Hmm.
Zamboni Zamaruki Abalahahuha. Oh, God. No, bloody hell. People are so slow. First, they want to sell shit on Marketplace. And then when you ask them a fucking question, it takes them 19,587 hours to reply.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that shit. So I don't have patience for that. I move the fuck on.
Yeah, just like I don't buy anything from a company that I can't get a hold of on the phone.
Exactly.
I'll do the online ordering and everything.
Here's his guy showing it. 19. What the fuck is?
What am I hearing in the background, Mark?
I don't know. Hold on.
All right. So
That's probably Mikey's. Mike, you got a radio or something going on in the background?
I do.
What?
Not anymore.
No. Look at
Where are
this.
my
19.
fucking
Check this out.
readers?
Check this out. 1991 Chevrolet Camaro convertible 2-door, nice car, aftermarket wheels.
There you go. That's a nice looking car.
$12,500.
How many miles?
117,000 miles, and I know he changed those calipers.
Nice.
Now here's the thing. Before COVID, these cars were $8,000-$9,000.
Yep.
100,000 miles. That's a lot of miles.
For an older car like that, the today's newer cars go two.
Oh fuck no, hell no. As soon as I see that, I know the wiring is all fucked up.
Oh yeah, yep. Because man, when you get a big woofer like that, you got to be running power cables. Like what do they call them? The super mondo thick fucking power cables from your amp to the woofer, from your battery to the amp. If you don't, then you're totally like running too much amperage through too small of wires, and everything heats up, and nothing works properly. Your amps, it might work, but it won't allow enough juice to go through to the amp. And so again, you'll heat wires up, and you'll burn your amp out quicker, and it'll fuck the speakers up too, because it'll make all this, your amp will make all this subsonic and ultrasonic noise you can't hear, but tears your speakers up and tears the amp up. That's why you got to run those power cables. Most of the time, people put those big subwoofers in, they don't know fucking wiring.
Yeah, especially if with cars like that, where the space is so constricted and your gas tank is right there, followed by your electrical wiring. No,
Yeah,
fuck
so
you.
they just go right to your they like
Mm.
wire the
Oh
positive
shit, the
to
interior
your,
is shit, bro.
what's that?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Okay,
I'll
I'll
bring
be
it
right
up.
back in 1 second too.
Yeah.
I
Look at
gotta
that.
get my
Look at the fucking
glasses.
interior, Johnny.
Oh yeah.
The interior is shit. Damn. Look at the speakers. It's like shit, right? It's all shit, right? Ugh.
So this is a convertible, and he's got the speakers on the rear deck
Yeah. It's-
firing up. So when it
Ugh.
rains and the top is down,
Oh my god, those seats are so fucking dirty. Damn. Looks like they have never been cleaned. You know, who owns this fucking car, man? Tony Rendezamba. And when you click on them, he's a cubby. Oh no, fuck that. I don't want to buy a car from him. Fuck that. Chicago Cubs. Oh my god, that's a dirty engine base. If you're selling a car, at least clean the fucking car. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean, you go to a gas station and everything is free anyway.
right.
You want $12,500. He probably bought the car. He probably has leaky calipers. Fuck that shit, man. So what else is there? 239,999 for a Cullinan piece of shit. That's a hello, a Rolex.
Huh.
Got me a Rolex right there. No man. Sometimes you come across some really, oh my god, a Hamilton Ventura. I would not buy a Hamilton Ventura on Facebook Marketplace. Let's see if somebody's selling a Rolex. Are you selling a Rolex? No, I guess not. Somebody is selling it. Clone Factory Jane. Okay. High quality luxury watch, 3135 movement, 904L steel. Yeah, made in China. China.
Yeah,
China.
this oil filter says 15 to 18 foot-pounds of torque.
Damn.
That's the new and improved, wider, fatter, better flowing oil filter with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes instead of 6, which is the better one.
That's for your 2000.
Yeah, it's much wider, like this way, than the old one, and these new ones are supposed to flow better, and they're the new improved filter for the S2000. But what they have is a metal ring right here. See this outer ring?
Yeah.
That outer ring is supposed to go metal to metal to the case. Okay?
So
it's not like
is that
like you're not just squishing the gasket until you're hand tight. You're supposed to go squish the gasket until this metal outer ring butts up against the case of the engine.
yeah?
Okay, and then you go a little tighter, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But they say 30. Some say the manual says 33 foot-pounds. Now 33
No, wait,
foot-pounds.
Mikey, excuse me, Mike. Are you talking about is this a new updated Honda filter, or is this a third party fix for filters that loosen themselves? Oh yeah, Mark. Good. Put your face up there.
No, I'm
Do
trying
that
to put
again,
him.
Mike.
I'm trying to put him up there. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Got a new crush washer to go with it.
Hey.
And
Hey,
it's sealed plastics and no
Yeah.
stuff
Seal
fall into
delivered.
it.
Oh yeah.
Still for your protection.
Seal for your protection, baby.
So you don't believe I've just pulled a 3-day marathon on this car because when I got the car, it's an older car, older little race car, right? Don't mention this on any other streams, okay? Because I haven't mentioned that I've got.
Ain't nobody watching us, Mikey.
So, anyways, I got the car and I noticed that when you stand in front of the car, the grill is angled to the left, and once the car's sitting cattywampus, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I start measuring around, and I noticed that the right upper shock mount had been ripped off or broken off at some point and
Oh, okay.
repaired.
Yeah.
When they repaired it, they put the shock mount bolt an inch higher than the
Whoa.
old one. Okay, which then in turn dropped the right rear of the
Yeah.
car down an inch. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just now engineered my own, bought metal tabs, ground them, drilled them, engineered my own setup, and put a new bolt hole 1.1 inches lower
Uh-huh.
so that I could raise my car back to level. Okay,
Yeah.
and
So whoever fixed that car turned it into a NASCAR oval racer, right?
kind
It
of
wants to turn in one direction more
Well,
than the other direction.
what they did was they kept driving it. They corner balanced it, but
Yeah.
they tried to fix it with the preload on the springs.
Yeah.
Right, so they just cranked on the preload, so one spring was the spring squished down like this, and on this side the springs got like zero preload.
Yeah,
And
but the reason one spring is squished is because they put the shock tower back together an inch higher than it should have been.
Yes,
The
exactly.
mount, yeah.
So I just fixed it, and now my car sits flat and level, and I'm fucking pleased as punch because this
Yeah.
was not a beginner job. This was
No.
because when I cut those tabs off, I lost my X and Y and
Yeah.
my Z. Okay, so I had to fucking like make sure I knew what I was doing. And then
Yeah.
I tacked everything with my little shit welder, and I called a friend of mine who's got a pro welder, and he came in with his TIG welder, and he welded it all together with a TIG
So
welder.
your friend
all
is a
night.
certified welder.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it's all fucking stronger than it was. And now my car sits all level, and it's fucking, I drove it. And before, when I was driving and you go over undulating bumps,
Yeah.
right? The car would go, whoom, whoom, because
Yeah.
one side had no preload.
Yeah.
The other side had 4,000 pounds of preload, right?
Yeah. So,
Now, when I'm driving the car,
that's funny. Your car was level. The view out the window was level, but one side the spring was fully compressed and the other one was fully unloaded.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
the car still wasn't level.
Yeah. Okay.
The shocks are only as long as they are. So
Yeah. True.
the-
You're
so the right rear was like this, and
That's
all they
hilarious. I love
did,
it.
they just tried to fix it with springs, and they got it corner balanced as best they could, and they autocrossed it and raced it and had fun with it. But
Yeah.
I just got done fixing it right.
Yeah.
And now the car sits flat and level, and all my spring collars are all even on
Yeah.
all four shocks. And the car sits dead flat level. It's
Yeah.
ready for fucking donuts. It's ready for fucking getting sideways, brother.
Yeah.
It's ready for a parking lot. And let me fucking figure this thing out and see what it does when I push it too hard in a turn. And
Hey.
then I'm going to the tire shop and I'm buying me some Hoosier slicks and maybe even a new set of wheels. I'm not sure.
Really?
I haven't decided
Yeah.
if I'm going to change. If I stick with the same size wheels, then I'm going to go with just tires. If I go
Yeah.
to smaller wheels, then not smaller. I'm going to go from 17s to 15s because nobody runs 17s on these cars. But
Yeah.
I am. But that just makes for a lower profile tire and makes for a shittier ride. But it looks better on the street. But so what I may do is go to 15s, but I'm going wider. Right now I got
What about will 15s fit on your front brake around your front brake rotors?
Oh yeah, I got Wildwood. They're called Wildwood minis.
Oh, okay.
They're all the way around, but I got 9-inch wide wheels in the front and 10-inch wide wheels in the rear, and 245 tires in the back, 225s in the front, and I'm going to be going to like.
Well, you're running two. Okay, you have a Honda S2000. You got 17-inch wheels and 10-inch in the back, and you're running two 75 40s.
No, 245 17s, 245. I think 35 or 40 R 17s in the rear, and 225 40
Okay.
or whatever in the front. And
Yeah.
what I may do is go from 10 to 11 or 12-inch wide in the rear and go down to 15-inch and go to like 295 or 305 wide rear tires. I want to go.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I mean, you don't have too much choice other than racing rubber.
Well, no, they
That
make,
wide,
they make street tires all day long in those sizes, man.
15-inch diameter is
Hey,
like.
Oh, no,
hey,
not in 15.
hey,
You're right,
guys.
not in 15. You're right.
Yeah, it's
Not-
17. Yeah, I run 17s on my Mustang. That was the standard
well, that's
diameter.
why
You know.
that's why I'm considering just sticking with the 17s. Plus,
Yeah.
the guy told me, he said, with your car, with the power you got, as lightweight,
Larry, I'm going to take a bathroom break for a second.
Okay.
he said, as lightweight as your car is, weighs 1,300 pounds. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You said as lightweight as your car is, if you go to 15s, you're going to lose a lot of spinning weight because the 17 tire wheels are about
Right. Yeah.
6
Yeah.
pounds heavier each.
Yeah.
You're going to have too much wheel spin if you go to the 15s. So stick with the 17s and just go wider.
Yeah.
And that was his recommendation. And he's a fucking. That's when I went to the racetrack and talked to racers.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go to the tire place or maybe out to the racetrack and talk to the guys out there. No, and man, I took it to this frame guy, and I told him, look, I've measured. I've come to the conclusion that I need to raise the right rear shock tower, or need to raise the right rear up an inch. And can you weld these tabs on? And he wouldn't do it. He said, nope, I need to put the thing on the rack and physically measure your car.
Yeah.
And he wanted $500 just to get measurements and a solution. And
Well,
then,
I don't blame him because if I had
me
a
either.
shot,
No,
yeah, for liability standpoint, yeah,
absolutely.
unless I measure it myself, yeah.
100%. But he just assumed I'm some schmo who doesn't know anything.
Sure.
And so when I bring this car back, sitting level, and he sees the repair I did, I think he's going to go, this guy's got chops. This guy's got some serious chops. And so look,
you
today's
remind me.
goal is get this fucker on there, and then I'm free to go out and do donuts and fucking get sideways in the fucker for real.
It would be a kick if one day we got you out here to Cody, Wyoming, and you brought one of your cars just to drive on the Beartooth Highway.
Yeah, I'd love it. Next weekend, I think there's a couple of Southern California guys that are driving up for a day or so to see me and just check Northern California out. So there are a couple of the guys on the Archie show might have a chance to get a ride in the car. And
cool. Because it's funny. The Beartooth Highway kind of separates the men from the boys if you're driving fast on it, because if you go on Google Earth and take a look at it, it's
Is it kind of like the Tail of the Dragon? Like,
well, I think it's a lot better. First of all, the scenery is out of this world. It tops out at 10,000. The asphalt, the highest point on the asphalt is 10,990 feet.
Yeah, but then your engine ain't making no power.
That's the fun thing when you see these Harley riders and they start out with 65 horsepower at ground level. Cody's at 5,000 feet.
35 horsepower at 10,000.
Yeah, the thing is the road has got enough turns and in it that you can kill yourself with 200 horsepower or 800 horsepower. It doesn't make any difference.
Well,
But
out here we got
the thing is, there isn't that much Armco on it, and there's some like 2,000-foot drop-offs.
Yeah, see that would not be the kind of road I would want to even drive. I live 20 minutes from Sears Point.
Yeah, I know.
If I want to go fast, this is everything I'm doing.
You're a track guy. I know that.
Is to fucking get my ass on that racetrack in a properly dialed in car and go fucking tear it up on track days. For like $300, they give you 5 20-minute sessions on the racetrack all throughout a day. And I'm telling you, in a car like this that sticks like glue, it works you over Like
Oh, yeah.
I might not even physically be able to do 520
Oh no, you're
sections.
with that rubber, you're going to be pulling some G's,
Oh yeah,
lateral
and
G's.
this car is sitting at even crooked is a top time of the day autocross car. I got
Yeah.
videos of it, and but like I said, I've gone and fixed it to my satisfaction to where if the frame sits level, it's not twisted, it's not bent, everything's back to where it should be. So now it's move on to the next thing, which is tires and an oil change. Even though the oil in the car is bright, clear red, it doesn't need to be changed. But I don't know when he last changed it.
Yeah.
And, you know, once oil's opened and put in an engine, even if it doesn't, you don't turn it black.
Yeah.
Over time, acids and things will form in the oil.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, that the car may have been sitting for 2 years with that bright red oil in there.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what I love about, you know, manufacturers say you have to change your oil every whatever 6,000 miles or 10,000 miles, whatever it is, or 1 year. But if I've been to dealerships and I know dealer principles, right? Cars sitting on the lot for a year and a half. I'll buy it, but you're going to have to change the oil and the transmission fluid and the rear end, you know. But the warranty doesn't, you know, the maintenance schedule doesn't say anything about the car could be sitting brand new on a lot for a year.
Yeah.
And the oil's fine. You don't notice.
Yeah, well, you know, like your rear end and tranny fluids aren't really exposed to air, so they usually last the life of the car damn near, right?
Yeah.
But the engine oil is constantly exposed to air, and even if it's like a newer car, which, you know, is essentially sealed, but it ain't.
No, it's not.
You still get condensation inside the motor, so air gets in there somehow.
And Mikey, have you ever driven Willow Springs?
No. I've driven Laguna Seca, Thunder Hill, Reno Fernley, and Sears Point.
Yeah, because it was funny. When I saw
there's videos of my car at Willow Springs, fucking tearing it up, going flying by 911s and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my
the
little
previous
car,
owner.
Yeah. If you type
Wait,
in,
did they ever? I know Willow Springs is up for sale. I don't think they've sold it yet, have they?
You know what? Sears Point has changed names about 6 times. At one point, it was Infineon Raceway.
Oh yeah, that's the sponsorship.
Well, no, they buy the track. They basically.
Oh, okay, bought it. Okay.
They're not going to change the name. They're not going to change the name of the track.
But what happened down in Southern California was, you know, that the track is still owned by the original founding family.
Oh, okay.
I think the track opened in 1955, and Ken Miles helped design the track.
He designed a hell of a track.
And it's been in the same family. I think the son owns it now, and he put it up for sale about 9 months ago, and you know, people were worried that it was going to be converted into a housing track it's too far out in the desert.
Oh,
you know,
that's a good thing.
So maybe if it ever gets sold, maybe they'll convert it. And people were afraid of this too. That it would be converted to one of these private,
race clubs.
Race clubs where you have your garage condo.
Yeah.
Because you can go the track days there are real inexpensive. But what was fun was when I'm sitting up here in Wyoming, and you know, and when the movie came out, I saw Ford versus Ferrari, and you know, and there's a race scenario at the beginning of the movie, and they're at Willow Springs, which was the location was historically accurate because Shelby did a lot of testing at Willow Springs. But in the movie, they have Ken Miles racing a 260 Cobra in a race with Bob Bondurant and Dan Gurney and everything, and that never happened. But the cool thing was,
like it's like in France or something.
No, Willow Springs.
Oh, okay.
No, but the cool thing is, Willow Springs today looks exactly like it did in 1955.
Yeah,
the buildings, everything. All they have to do is digitally remove the Toyota, advertising. Or whatever.
Sure.
I'm looking at this movie, and boy, that looks exactly like the pictures I took in 2001 when I was out at a Cobra Owners of America Club meeting, and the track hasn't changed at all. It's
Well,
exactly,
40 years ago when Sears Point, or 45 years ago when Sears Point got put in,
yeah,
it was a track, and you could pull in and you could drive around the track and you stop anywhere you wanted to watch. There was no, and now there's grandstands, and you go and you get on a shuttle. You park 2 miles away and you get on a shuttle, and they take you to the track. But the track itself hasn't changed. But yeah, same kind of deal. That thing that you're dealing with, but it
was neat because they shot the movie and they didn't have to change anything except literally they did it in post. They did it in post. I used to love hanging out at the Willow Springs. Has got a building they call it the Budweiser balcony. And it overlooks what is it, Turn 6, I think. A great place to take photos, and so it's got a big Budweiser sign on it, painted.
You've heard of Corbel Champagne, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, one of my best friends is the mechanic manager, shop manager for Corbel, and he runs their entire drag racing program. And Corbel is one of the biggest sponsors of Sears Point, and so there's Toyota everywhere and Corbel everywhere.
Yeah.
But when I call my buddy and I say, hey, can you get me tickets to this race or that race? He says, yeah, they'll just go to Will Call and
Corbel
an envelope. And I'll go there. I'll give them my name. They hand me an envelope, and it's there's the bleachers, the stands, and then way up above are the glass, covered.
The boxes,
box stands. That's what I get tickets to.
Yeah.
And last time I was at a motorcycle race, I was sitting right next to Michael Jordan.
Cool.
He's really big into motorcycle racing. He owns a motorcycle team. And so I'm sitting in my box seat, and there's a wall, a little 3-foot wall, and about 3 seats over to my right is Michael Jordan right there watching everything, same as me. And I didn't want to, bother him. I was just like, wow, man, that's Michael Jordan, fucking cool. And but Sears Point is now modernized. It's got grandstands and but it's got a drag strip, the world famous drag strip, and the road course is got a couple of different configurations. Like when you see NASCAR run on it, they don't use part of the track. They don't use the carousel. Which is this big, long left round turn that's almost like 270-degree turn. It squishes you down and to the right so hard it makes you want to piss your pants. I swear to God.
All those tracks have been, like I said, they've been modernized, and Willow Springs is. I mean, again, they didn't have to change anything.
Yeah.
To shoot part of Ford versus Ferrari on that track.
Yeah, well, Sears is the same way because they don't have any Armcos. They got walls. It's an advanced track. If you go off, at Thunder Hill, the worst you're going to do is mow some grass. Okay. If you go off at speed at Sears Point, you're going into a wall. Okay. And so you just you drive carefully at Sears Point. It's a very advanced track.
Thinking back, some of the funniest interviews I've ever seen on television or YouTube now are of famous race drivers their first time at the corkscrew.
Oh yeah, going straight.
And I'm talking about a Formula One drivers, and NASCAR drivers,
IndyCar drivers going straight. They don't run Formula One there, but
no, but they tested Formula One. They tested a couple. That's like Michael Andretti still holds the, I think the track record at of Willow Springs. I think is held by Michael Andretti. I don't know if he was driving his kart car or Formula One car, but I know for a fact they've tested Formula One cars at Willow Springs.
Okay. Fun fact: most track records are set by go-karts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Miata,
Well,
Miatas,
not,
Miatas.
not on a big track at Willow. I mean, it's too fast.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you got a 2 mile long straightaway, okay, no.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
a track like Sears Point or Willow Spring, or not Willow, but Laguna Seca,
yeah,
where the straight, like you're just tacking out in top gear,
Mhm.
but when you get to the end of the straightaway,
yeah.
like those kind of tracks, go karts just will
Oh
fucking
yeah, yeah.
rule the roost, you know. And
Oh yeah.
they
People don't
are
know. I mean, it's like, um,
they don't have to
you know,
lift. They don't have to lift. They
yeah.
just fucking keep it wooded and fucking turn.
I mean, your butt is what 3 inches off the asphalt,
Well,
maybe.
it's the same with my new car.
Yeah,
My butt is literally 3 inches off the ground because
yeah,
my seat is bolted right to the floorboard,
yeah.
and I'm sitting low, 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 low.
Hey, that reminds me. You know what I did one day? I was out here in Wyoming, and I'm out on this 2-lane highway between nowhere and buttfuck Utah.
Sure.
And so I'm hauling ass, right? And I've been on this road before, so I knew better. So my Mustang has got full length welded on subframe connectors,
Okay. Sure.
and I'm running about 3.5 inches of ground clearance. Okay.
Okay.
And so I have a low profile, jack, and I can get it under the rear of the car, but on the front I have to roll up on a half-inch board.
I
Anyway,
have these little 2-inch ramps made
yeah,
for that very reason because I've had so many cars that my
yeah,
low profile jack wouldn't fit under. You
yeah,
just drive the front wheels up on this 2-inch
yeah,
ramps,
yeah.
and
Same
then I
thing.
can get the slide the jack under.
So I'm on this 2-lane road, and I'm hauling ass, and I've been on this 2-lane road before many times, and I knew there was a cattle guard. And you know what a cattle guard is, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay. So,
damn near broke my ankle on about 1,000 of them.
yeah. Well, I bottomed out my car on a cattle guard at 130 miles an hour.
Ouch.
It didn't damage anything because I had full-length subframe connectors, but because the cattle guard is slightly above the grade of the road.
Yeah.
So
You
there's
hit it probably under compression
at
a little
70
bit.
miles an hour or 80 miles an hour or even 100, it's not enough to compress your springs. But when you approach that cattle guard at 130, and that slight incline up to the cattle guard, it becomes more of a steep,
Like
and it just went wham! What the hell?
I've raced the tracks I've raced, and I've raced the cars I've raced. A couple of which have been fucking GT2 class,
Uh-huh.
like big boy cars, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think on track I've gone over 120, 130.
Yeah.
The straights just aren't long enough for you to fucking
Yeah.
and
Well, see,
so
what-
therefore the cars are geared appropriately,
right.
so they're geared down.
Well, that's the problem. The population is so small here in Wyoming, and the roads are so straight and so long. And that's the nice thing about Wyoming. I can go,
That picture there, the picture you
half
just pulled
hour
up,
from my house, and I'm on a twisty mountain road, and 10 minutes the other way, I can be on a road that's straight for 25 miles. I have my choice.
yeah. Yeah, man, you almost have my car pulled up there on the. Here's my repair that I did. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, that's the old fucked up one. I didn't take a picture of my repair. But there's.
Oh yeah, that's your
There you go.
See, a lot of people
you
don't
can
know that.
See, it's all roll barred out.
Yeah.
Like that's a nut roller of a roll bar getting
Oh,
in
yeah.
and out.
I mean, how the fuck do you have to Climbing into that is a bitch.
You're telling me
You
about
can't do it when you're over
my
50.
balls are
I
oval
mean,
now.
when you hit 50 or 55, that's it. You're gonna have to cut the roll bar off to get inside.
Well, I'm 50. I'm
Mm.
57 right now, so
Yeah,
I'm doing pretty good. But
yeah.
I'm
There you
telling
are.
you right now, this roll cage is a ball roller. Like when
Yeah.
I lift one leg over, I'm
Yeah.
on my tippy toes and my balls go boom, boom
Yeah.
over
Boop,
each
boop.
over the bar.
Coming
Well,
down the way.
you know, they should, like boys and girls bikes. They need to make a girls version of that roll cage, so you
Yeah.
don't hang your balls up on it.
There's my drive.
They do. They have a breakaway roll bar system, so it's
Oh yeah, the swing away.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know,
yeah, swing
but-
away, swing away.
but you know, if you're going to be seriously crashing that car, I want a roll bar that's completely welded.
Mm.
So
Yeah, there's your VTEC.
yeah, and but if you see the front grill, it
So
was
what Caterham clone was that?
it's just made by a company called World Class Motorsports, WCM. So
Okay,
if
is there a name for the car?
if you just if you go onto YouTube and type in WCM Lotus 7,
Oh, okay,
it'll pull up all the pictures of my car on track,
cool.
and pulling top time of the day at autocrosses and running at Willow Springs and running at Sears Point and just smashing it. Like
Is that with you driving or previous
no,
owner driving? Or?
previous owner. I just got the car and am sorting it out.
Oh, so okay, so this is the car we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought we were actually talking about an S2000 with the spring with the shock
No.
tower.
We're talking
Busted
about a
loose.
Lotus 7 with an S2000 engine.
Yeah,
So
or
this is-
Lotus
this is a
7 clone to
this
be
is a
more
third-
precise.
Yeah. This is a 1,300-pound car with 204 horsepower to the rear wheels.
Yeah, okay, so I guess it's called a WCM Ultralight.
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah,
what it's
that's what it is.
and it's about 2 inches wider on each side. It's a little because regular
Oh,
Caterhams
that's
are
good.
even
Yeah, that's
skinnier.
good because an original Lotus 7, you have to be a midget to fit into it.
Well, especially with my roll bar, like I had to put a fatter seat in because the previous owner was skinny,
Yeah,
and I'm lucky that there was just enough room for me to fit a seat that I can cram into.
yeah.
And I installed my own seat, and I wasn't able to even drive the thing for a little while after buying it.
Uh-huh.
But I installed my own seat, and kind of proud of that install myself as well. It went real smooth.
Okay, is like I know a lot of the.
I got just a Kirky aluminum seat.
I was going to ask you if you're running Kirky like the Cobra guys do.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There's my 6-point roll seat belts.
Yeah.
They're Schroth seat belts.
Mm-hmm.
And I have yet to mount the bottom center bolt. The ball belts.
Yeah.
That's
you know what I've seen a lot of guys do. They have a car that has a roll bar in it,
yeah,
and they put the roll bar in it because they think it's cool and racer like,
yeah,
and then they drive it without a helmet. It's a street car.
yeah. Here's my car on the track, just fucking crushing it.
Cool.
And I'll show you what the dash looks like. It's pretty cool. It's just all buttons and no, now I'm out of my zone. Maybe I don't
I
have a
just want to
picture
say
of it.
that, Larry.
Oh, there we go. There's the cockpit.
Oh, okay.
It's just there's a red like plastic electric turn the electrics on switch and
Yeah,
there's a push button
Master
for the
push,
starter.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then there's just
And
a few,
you got
a
the
few
tap right in
gauges.
front of you, and the other
Yeah.
larger gauge is a speedometer in the center.
And the steering wheel, you have to take the steering wheel off to get in
Yeah.
and out of the car. And in this picture to the left, those little row of dots, those are all just little breakers.
Yeah.
And it's got a mixture sensor gauge. That's the black one. and then the standards: oil pressure, oil
So-
temperature, water temperature.
But it's got an S2000 engine and transmission.
Yep. Six
Okay.
speed, close ratio, and it's most of these were built with straight rear ends, including Caterhams. Okay.
Yeah.
This has been converted to IRS in the back,
Oh, okay.
and so
Yeah.
it's running a Subaru Forester, IRS
Just-
rear end,
Yeah. Okay.
and with 411 gears. So it's
Cool.
basically running like drag racing gears in the back. That's
Yeah.
why at 60 miles an hour going down the freeway, my motor's at 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my Nissan Cube
Mhm.
at 80 miles an hour with the air conditioning on
Yeah.
at 80 is running at 2,100 RPM.
Yeah.
How much is a
Okay,
Kia
uh,
Soul?
That's the difference between like street gearing and like
Oh, yeah.
race gearing. But I'll tell you, the gearing, the S2000 tranny is a jewel. It's close ratio for through 5, and then 6 is supposed to be kind of an overdrive. It's just a little bit taller, but I mean, it'll do 0 to 60 in about 3.1, 3.2
Yeah.
seconds. You just do
Hey,
it in
Mikey,
first.
you're a Porsche guy. Give me your opinion on because you can still get a 911 with a manual transmission, but it's a 7-speed. Give me your opinion on 7. I don't think anybody needs 7 speeds. That was just done for a cafe, right?
I had my BMWs that had 6-speed manuals, and they just made it closer ratio between the gears. And if you wanted to, you could go first to second to fourth to sixth, right? You can just drive it like that and make it like tall ratio if you wanted to drive it like that.
But
Or go
Timmy,
first to third to fifth.
but when on a Porsche 6th and 7th, you got overdrive and then you got overdrive.
Or you just got, first through sixth as close ratio and then a 7th overdrive. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'm just glad they still offer
But
a
that
manual.
pattern gets awfully that shift pattern gets awfully crowded.
Well, you should see the shifter on this little yellow car, because the tranny sits a lot lower in the S2000, and so the shifter's a lot longer, right? So the shifter is longer. It moves.
You got a lot of travel.
Okay, when it's down here like this, my shift goes like this is as much. I'm moving at a quarter inch.
Yeah.
To shift to second, and a quarter inch to shift to third, and quarter to go to fourth. I mean, it's so. You want to talk about easy to miss a gear?
Yeah.
Luckily, the motor spins to 9, so even if I money shifted, I ain't gonna hurt it.
Yeah. I replaced the shifter in my Mustang because when it was new, I replaced the factory shifter with a Steeda Triax.
Yeah. Do you have
And
a
that was
you have a Tremec in your Mustang?
3660 or 36. It's a 36. 36. It's a Tremec, and I'm trying to remember the correct.
Well, it's one
model.
of them Tremec's.
Yeah, one of them Tremec's.
I know that's just the standard what they put in.
But I've replaced the shifter to get a closer,
Sure. Yeah, they
shorter
make
throw.
short
But
shifters
and the
stuff.
Steeda was a good shifter, but it's all aluminum. Okay.
Yeah. So over time.
Yeah. So then I had 55,000 miles in the car, and and this happens over time, and you understand this, Mike. It's like as the shifter wore out, I got more and more noise in the cabin. And the because the shifter, the factory shifter's got rubber bushings in it. The shift lever even has rubber bushings in it to isolate noise and vibration.
Have you ever driven in many old Porsches?
Yeah, I've driven some. Yeah.
Their shifters are described as a broomstick in a box full of rocks.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're like
And they're like
old air-cooled
they're like
Volkswagens. Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's just like you
Well, I mean,
gotta
my
know
favorite
the
one is
car.
I remember driving an old transporter, you know, and it's like
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
because the
just you gotta
transporter
like
the transporter had the most distance between the transmission and the actual shift
yeah,
lever.
you got a shift shaft that's like 12 feet long going all
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
back. You know, I've had many a bus, and
It's like
same deal.
metal. It's like metallic spaghetti.
And like on even 911s and 914s,
Yeah.
they have like the 914 has the transmission turned around, and then it has all of this fucking linkage and shit because
Yeah.
the shifter is now on the backside, right?
Yeah.
And so they make short shifters that are like $1,000 for just this little thing. It's round and about this tall, and it bolts on, and it makes your shifting tighter. And it actually makes it kind of like a gated shifter. Like you basically you can't when it's adjusted right. You can't like find in between, you know, the gears. It'll only go into the gate. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they help, but I mean, compared to
Well,
this
yeah,
new
you still
little
have all
yellow
that
car,
distance. Yeah, but like I was saying on my car, I when it was I'd have about 10,000 miles, less than 10,000 miles on. I swapped out the factory shifter for a Steeda Triax, and it was fine. But over the years, and I really didn't notice it until it got really bad. You know, when you bolt in an aftermarket shifter, you get a lot of noise, vibration, and harshness. You can hear the gears and everything inside the cockpit.
Yeah.
But
well,
so
hey,
the all aluminum, the all aluminum Steeda wore out to the point where if I was on the gas and I got up above 3,500 RPM in fourth gear, the buzzing in the interior of the car was so loud that I didn't want to go over it.
Well,
and so a few months ago I replaced it with an MGW shifter.
Uh-huh.
I think it's so. I mean,
why does the shifter itself make things buzz more? Is the shifter hard mounted to the frame of the car or something?
Well, no, it's hard mounted to the. It's mounted to the
top of the tranny, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. and the if you look at a factory shifter, you know, it's designed to absorb noise, vibration, and harshness.
Yeah. Okay. Because
so basically, when you throw in an aftermarket shifter into a car like a Camaro or a Mustang, whatever, it's like running it's like you're in a race car.
Okay. Well, imagine this. Okay. Tube frame chassis.
Yeah.
Engine mounted, bolted directly to the frame. No rubber. Okay?
Yeah, there you go.
And transmission mounted to the frame, no rubber.
Yeah, okay.
All the suspension A-arm links and IRS links in the back.
No rubber bushings.
Ball links with a bolt through them, no rubber.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to talk about getting buzzed?
Yeah.
Luckily, the S2000 motor is a silky smooth motor and goes to 9. The VTEC doesn't even kick in until 65. And so far I've been out driving it a little bit, you know, and I've been like running it through the gears and revving it up and like thinking, wow, you know, I tacked it out. And then I finally looked at the tack and I only took it to like 6.5. And I'm like, you know, I'm not even hitting VTEC.
Did you how long did it take you to get used to shifting by ear with that S2000 at 9,000?
Well,
I mean, do you want to just based on your experience with other cars?
Tuned.
Do you want to stop at 6,500 or something? And
no, I got it. The engine in an S2000 car red line is 9,000, right?
No, I understand that. I'm just
saying my car is tuned, and I think the red line, the rev limiter's been lowered to about 85. Just for longevity's sake,
right?
Because the engine lives at 85 on the racetrack, and So yeah, if I want to take it up till it's peg the fucking limiter, it'll do so at 85, 87.
No, Mikey, I'm asking a different question. When you first
Oh.
got the car, and you were driving your Porsches and other cars and BMWs, without looking at the tach, if you went on and wanted to drive briskly on the road, would you upshift at 6,000 just from the sound you hear?
Yes, that's what I just got done explaining. It was like
Yeah.
ear shifting. I was shifting so early because I've never really revved a car that high.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So I felt like I was tacking it out, but I still had 2,500
Yeah,
RPM to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
And VTEC
So-
hadn't even
so-
kicked in. So
Yeah,
I wasn't even
so,
in the meat of the power,
So G God was asking, Mikey got an S2000? Yeah, but it's in a WCM Lotus 7 replica.
Yeah, but don't get. I haven't announced.
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry.
I don't want that to get around.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mikey. Anyway,
Because
so-
I'm gonna deny it if asked on the Archer.
oh
show,
yeah,
'cause I just catch
forget
too
it.
much shit. I don't want.
Larry,
I'm sorry,
shame on
Mikey.
you, Larry. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. He did not
Yeah.
get no S2000 Caterham.
Yeah, I didn't. It's a lie. It's a fucking joke.
You just made it up.
Does not exist, Larry.
It's another kit car, just like my 930.
Yes.
Everybody gave me so much shit about the 930, calling it a kit car, and now I do have a kit car. But this
Well,
kit car,
it's always fun to get called out by guys who don't know a damn thing about cars.
oh yeah, but it's also kind of fucking.
Hey, check this out, Mikey. This is like the inaugural run. Did you see the crawler at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first time we tested it, but this is the first time going live.
All right, hey, who wants to call into the show, guys? Who would like to call into the show right now? Right now, you can speak to me directly.
Yeah, and me for the next 5 or 10 minutes, and then I got to get going because
Yeah, we're all gonna go.
Yeah,
Well,
no, we're all gonna go. We're all gonna go.
I've got
We
this,
are gonna
got
go,
this to
baby.
install. And then I got some donuts to do and some fucking sideways to get.
I
There
need,
you go.
I need you to take some
And some-
video of that, bro.
I want to go to the tire store and talk tires to the tire guy to decide on exactly what tires I'm gonna get. Because
You're gonna have to buy a truckload of Hoosiers for that thing.
well, no, because it only weighs 1,300 pounds. It ain't.
Yeah, that's
gonna,
true.
It won't wear them out. It'll heat cycle them out.
Yeah, but
You know?
so are you gonna get the softest tires you can get
Oh,
because it
fuck.
weighs?
I'm probably not even gonna get DOT tires. I'm gonna probably get like
Yeah.
cheater slicks or even just full slicks and put some of those mud flaps on my rear fenders.
Yeah, so you
that
can't
a
see the
cop
tire tread.
Can't see the tread, the lack of tread,
Yeah, yeah.
and just go with that.
I tell you that that's one thing you can't do up here where I live because it could be
rocks.
well, it could be August, okay? And I experienced this August, right? I move it up here. It's August. And I take my car out for a drive, and I'm about 2 miles north of Thermopolis, and I see this, and the weather was clear. The weather was blue sky, horizon to horizon, right?
Next thing you know, you see snow. Report.
And I'd become hip to bentonite, and because we have bentonite in the ground here, and so I thought it was bentonite, and I pull into a Shell station, and it's sleet. It was sleet and whatchamacallit, hail.
Yeah,
I missed a hailstorm. I did, but I never saw a cloud in the sky. So if you're running cheater slicks or slicks up here, you can, especially if you're in the mountains, it could be 75 degrees, and you go around a curve and you're on part of the road. It's in the shade because of the mountains, and you're on black ice.
That's why I want to. That's why I need to talk extensively with the tire guy, because I'm debating between like like Toyo 888s, which are like in between, but they're still DOT.
Yeah.
And they won't heat cycle out. They'll last forever. They just a hair less sticky than Hoosiers. But when you get to sticky tires, what happens is they're sticky when it's warm, and they're called summer tires for a reason. Because when they get cold, they just turn into fucking ice cubes. They're rock hard.
Yeah.
And you have zero traction. And
Yeah.
that's why they have all-weather tires and winter
the thing
tires.
is, no matter where you are, I've been in Palmdale, California in August, and I ran across water on the road, runoff from somebody overwatering his lawn.
And you're going up to Northern California. You go up over the Grapevine. You're going to hit snow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hit snow in the middle of summer on a 100-degree day. You get to the top of the Grapevine, and you'll see snow on the sides. Of the road, on the side of the hill.
They shut down the Grapevine every once in a while for snow.
Yeah. But that's the thing. If I buy a new set of wheels and tires, then I'm going fucking full Hoosier. If I just stick with this set of wheels and just buy a set of new sticky tires, I'll probably get the Toyo 888s, which are probably all I really need. I'm not going to set the world on fire with this car.
And when I moved up here, my Mustang had Toyo, was it Proxys TR1s? I think they were.
Yeah.
Summer tire, ultra high performance, right?
Were they Toyo or Nitto?
Toyo.
NTO ones.
Yeah, well, they were okay. I forget the model number. They were Toyo ultra high.
They're
ultra high performance summer tires, right?
Holy shit! All those donuts I did out in front of the police station, they found out where I live now.
Yeah, and so I parked on wet grass, and I had trouble moving off of wet grass, and that's when I decided, okay, I need to get all seasons up here.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get when you run racing tires,
Yeah.
There's more rubber than there is tread,
Yeah.
And they're flat. There's no tread.
We're having too much fun over here.
Yeah, your little special effects board there.
Yeah. Anyway, well, it's my clock says it's 12:47 my time.
My clock says that I have to go get some.
Yeah.
Both of you fuckers. What do you think of the WD Forte lithium grease for the garage door?
Oh, for the garage door, fine.
Oh yeah, fine. In a spray bottle.
You have to replace the hinge on his roll-up door.
In a spray bottle.
I wanted to spray the roller also. The spring, so I can do that.
Yeah.
That's not going to hurt. That roller has a nylon bushing, doesn't it?
No, not all of them.
No, the spring.
You can see the balls in each roller. But lithium grease is grease, and it comes in a spray bottle most of the time. And
spray bottle. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
For other applications, there's other greases like, I have my favorite boat and trailer waterproof axle grease by Stay Lube. It's blue.
Hey, listen.
That's a good idea, Mikey.
What's the best points to grease the thing? Will you? Somebody tell me.
What do you mean?
All the rollers.
Uh-huh.
And
all the points that touch each other.
Yeah, anything. And the springs, you have a roll-up door with the
yeah.
top.
Yeah.
You could grease that. So because the spring coils rubbing against each other. I've had those springs break multiple times. I was just sitting in my garage. I hear this big bang, and then the garage door goes bang and slams.
Oh, I've had the older style door. Where the door, it's not a roll-up door. It was just, it's made out of wood.
Like this.
Tilts up, and it has two heavy, or like four heavy springs.
Heavy fucking 6 foot long springs like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You ever have one of those break?
No,
I
but
had
I've
one of
the
those
ones
break.
up that are on a shaft, and
Yeah.
there's two of them, and the guy cranks them and cranks them and cranks them and cranks
Yeah.
them tight, and then sets the tension so that it, the motor, your garage
Yeah,
door opener doesn't have
the motor doesn't have to
it
work that hard
it
to pull up the door.
neutralizes the door. You can lift the door up, it'll just. But I've had one of those just break out of the blue from fatigue,
Yeah.
and man, that door let go, and it just rolled and
Yeah,
slammed
well,
in.
on a solid garage door, you have the two big hinges on either side.
Did it twang it, or did it pop the door off?
Well, no, yeah, but you're supposed to, the early springs didn't have the safety feature, but later on, they have a cable that went through the springs.
Yeah, a safety cable. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, and I was in the garage, and I was like maybe 14 years old. Garage door was closed. I was working on my model airplane, and I had one of these springs let go. It missed my head by about 6 inches.
Oh,
It went through the wall.
well, living here
It was-
in earthquake country, everything in my garage is safety wired to the wall. All my shells
Yeah.
are safety wired to the walls because I don't want everything to come crashing in on top of
I remember those days, Mikey.
But yeah, like you got your Pantera or your race car and all these shells filled with like grinders and big
Paint.
heavy equipment and shit. And so yeah, I wired all that shit to the wall.
Yeah.
And screwed it into the wall where I could.
You know what's crazy, Mikey? In Southern California, I've been knocked out of my bed by an earthquake.
Same here.
I've been on the 10 freeway during a major earthquake, and the car went from the fast lane to the slow lane without any steering input.
Yeah.
And so then I moved to Cody, Wyoming. I'm 52 miles, or about 60 miles away from the Yellowstone caldera.
Oh shit! Yeah, the caldera, the one that's gonna fucking end the world for sure.
Yeah. And the last time it blew up, they found ejecta on the other side of the Mississippi rivers.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back.
But anyway, so and I haven't had a tremor, nothing here.
No?
I've never felt anything, and there's supposed to be like thousands of little tremors all around the caldera. Haven't felt anything.
Well, right here, like 20 miles from me is the world's largest hydroelectric, geysers, right? Power plants.
Yeah.
They've been sucking steam out of the ground to the point where they're having to pump water back into the ground to keep the generators running. But
Okay.
what it has turned into is it's made that area the most seismic area. There's like 30 earthquakes a day there. They're all micronic.
Yeah.
They're all micronic. But
Yeah.
I down away here in where I live, the last one felt like it lifted the house up about 2 feet and just dropped it.
Yeah.
And the epicenter was directly underneath me by only 2 miles down. And so it's just like when you throw a rock in a pond of water. Like if you're on the epicenter, you get one big bang.
Yeah.
And as you get farther away, the ripples get bigger and longer and wider. And so somebody 10 miles away is going to be all rolling and banging and building.
Yeah, that's when the closest I've been to an epicenter of an earthquake was I was in Hawthorne, California, in my apartment building, and there was an earthquake 3 miles off the coast of El Segundo.
See, now you got to worry about fucking.
And it was like I was sleeping, and it was like the Jolly Green Giant kicked my apartment building, and I woke up on the floor.
Yeah,
I was out of my bed. It knocked me out of bed. It was like one kick, and that was it.
Yeah.
But the funny thing too is, I move into my house on August 1st, 2005. Hook up my cable TV, turn it on to test it. And I'm not making this up. The first thing I see on television in Cody, Wyoming. The first thing I saw was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And the $500,000 question was, what state has a bucking horse and rider on its license plate? And the reason it's a $500,000 question is there's only 500,000 people in Wyoming, so I've never seen a Wyoming license plate until after I moved here. And so the contestant says Montana and loses $500,000. But the second thing I saw, I flipped the channel, and it's a BBC special on the Yellowstone caldera.
Yeah,
And
that's one.
and what they're showing is they're showing Sheridan Avenue in Cody, Wyoming, and they got a computer CGI of lava coming in over the entire town.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah,
Larry, I
that's
just
scary.
realized I need
Yes.
more light for that camera to work properly.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
I just realized I gotta
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I can't
All
just-
righty, Mikey.
All right, brother.
So-
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you,
go get your
Mikey. I love
donuts.
you, Mikey. I love you.
Love you too.
I will
Thanks for
see you
calling,
soon,
brother.
brother.
See ya.
Say hello
See
to
you guys
everybody.
later.
I'll catch up with you.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye-bye,
Yeah.
bro.
I
Thank
did
you.
not. I did not buy a yellow gator ham. Okay,
No,
No,
sir.
you-
You did
you
not
bought a
buy
helmet
your
mix.
gator ham.
it didn't happen. I was just.
You did
dreaming.
not have sex with Monica Lewinsky either.
Yeah, I
There you go.
I took too many sleeping pills and I was dreaming.
I had a nightmare.
See you guys later.
See you,
All
brother.
right, bye.
Take care.
So
All right,
did
brother
you
Larry.
adjust the lighting while Mikey and I were talking?
Yeah. I just need more lighting. I
Yeah,
turned off
it's
the lights.
better now, but it
Yeah.
still could be better.
See, the thing is, there's nobody here, so I need at least another person over here.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I got the T6i on its mount ready to use as a webcam. I was testing it out. I got to get up out of my seat, walk around,
Right.
adjust it, and I'm going to go with manual focus, so that's even better.
Yeah. All right, brother. I'm out
All
of here.
right.
Thank you. We'll jump on and bada boo and bugabaloo. I'll catch up
See
with
ya.
you.
See you
You
later.
got it.
Bye.
Thank you, brother. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you later.
Thank you for watching Producer Mark's YouTube channel, coming to you live from Chicago. We want to welcome you to our morning talk show where our viewers can come and hang out or jump on the live stream and be part of the show. We cover a wide range of topics and no two shows are alike. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel, smash the like button and share our videos.